Hello everybody, I'm Thomas. Welcome back to the 9th video of this series in which I'll be playing Fantastic Factories, a game designed by Joseph Chen and Justin Faulkner with art by Joseph Chen. In this video, I will be attempting the first 3 complexity corporation, which is Deep Blue. Its description reads, when building, you may discard an additional blueprint card with a matching tool symbol to reduce the build cost by 2 resources, any combination of metal or energy. So I could get 2 metal discount, 2 energy discount, 1 of each. And yeah, I start with 2 cards that I picked out of 9. Let's go ahead and get started. There's a lot of cards in the market I want. Manufactory, great. Cannery, love that. Recycling plant, and dojo. I don't really want these 2, but I have the Mega Factory and Fettuccine Factory. I like both of those, so I'm not going to want to get rid of one to build the other. So I'm going to grab the dojo, so I can at least build one of these this turn. I'll place that there. Now let's see what my workers are going to be up to. So starting out, I'm going to use this 2 up here to draw a card, and I get a drone. Then I guess I will place this 3 here on generate to get myself 3 energy, which I'll just throw right there. I will use this 4 and 5 down in the mine. Really wish I had some vitamins, but that's okay. That will get me 2 metal. And then I will discard the dojo to build the Fettuccine Factory, which I could discard the Mega Factory, but I don't want to for that discount. So unfortunately, I'll have to pay the full price. Got the Fettuccine Factory, and yeah. All right, let's see what the machine's doing. So they are grabbing the manufactory. That's not ideal. They already have 3 stuff in their production. And then as far as what they're scoring for, purple, they are not. Blue, they are not. Yellow, they are not. Red, they are not. I will grab the cannery so I can try to attempt to build that once I get another pink symbol going. And let's see what my workers are going to be up to. Okay, so I did roll doubles, so I will put both 5s there and get the Fettuccine Factory going a little bit. Thankfully, finally getting some goods and a vitamin, which will be helpful. And then I get to roll up an extra worker, which I get a 3. So I'm going to put this 1 in research to draw a card, and I get the manufactory. Then I will put this 6 down in the mine to get myself a little bit of metal, put the 3 here to get myself 3 energy. All right, back to the machine's turn. Let's see what they are doing. So they're grabbing the top card of this deck, which is a refinery, and then they're going to be refreshing the buildings. As far as what they're scoring for, purple they are, blue they are, yellow they are not, and red they are not, so 2 points. Ooh, I'm going to grab the laboratory. It's pretty early in the game, and I feel like that will be incredibly helpful. Whoops, I don't know why I put that there. That goes there. And let's see what my workers are doing. Hopefully I at least get a double, maybe a 3. That's not bad. So I'm going to use this 4 up here in research first to draw a card, and I get the lighthouse. Then I guess I will use this vitamin to change this 5 to a 6, put 2 6s in the Fettuccine Factory to get a good produced there, along with a vitamin. Then I get to roll up my extra worker, which I get a 3. I have a couple options. I want to build the cannery. I have 2 things I can kind of do here. I was trying to debate between either I could use a 3 in research, hope I draw a pink card to get the discount with my corporation. I think what's the better option though is I just need a metal to build the cannery. So I will use a vitamin. I mean, this is a little bit more guaranteed, so that's why I'm going with it. Change the 3 to a 4. Place the 4 in the mine, get myself a metal. And then I can discard the lighthouse to build the cannery, which costs 2 metal and 2 energy, but it is built. And then I can place that 3 here to generate myself a good and get myself another vitamin, which will be incredibly helpful. Back to the machine. What are they doing? They are grabbing the top card again, which is the mother lode, and then they're going to be refreshing the buildings again. Then as far as what they're scoring for, purple, they are not. Blue, they are. Yellow, they are not. Red, they are not, so 1 point. I'm going to grab the think tank, actually. I'm going to use that for that discount for my corporation, actually start using that ability. And let's roll up my workers to see what I get. Hopefully a double and a 3, maybe? That's pretty lucky. So starting out, I will put the 3 over in the cannery. Actually, I won't do that yet. Okay, actually, first I will put both 6s in the Fettuccine Factory. That will, of course, do all the fettuccine stuff of generating a good there, if I can actually place it. Then I get another vitamin, and I get to roll up an additional worker, which I get a 4. So I'm going to use this 2 in research to draw another card, and I get the solar array. I think I will use this 4 down here in the mine to get myself a metal, and I've been really thinking about this, so I'm going to build the laboratory. To do that, I first have to discard a matching green symbol like always. So I'm going to discard the think tank, and then what I'm debating between is what do I discard from here? Because I really don't want to get rid of the drone or the manufactory. I think the manufactory has to go, unfortunately, but maybe that was the wrong decision. So I can reduce the cost of this by 2. So I'm only gonna have to pay 1 metal and 2 energy to build the lab. And that lets me draw a card whenever I gain a good. And now I put the 3 here on the cannery to generate a good there. I get another vitamin to use. And then because of the laboratory, I get a card, which I get the warehouse. Let's see what the machine's doing. So they are grabbing card number 1. And then as far as what they are scoring for, purple, they are not. Blue, they are not. Yellow, they are not. Red, they are. So 1 point. I think I'm going to spend the warehouse to hire the saboteur. So first I get to sabotage one of the buildings in their compound, I guess one of their compound areas, and I'll go with the yellow area, sure. And then I also get to draw 2 cards. So I get the architecture firm and the vending machine. And then let me roll up my workers. Hopefully I see some doubles and a 3 again. Not quite. So I will use a vitamin to change this 5 to a 6, place 2 6s on the fettuccine factory, get that fired up going, getting myself a good and then a vitamin, and then I get to roll up an additional worker, which I get a 1. I'm going to use a 1 to generate 1 energy. I'm going to use the 4 down here to get myself a metal. I'm going to spend 2 vitamins to change this 1 to a 3. Place that over here. That will generate me a good along with a vitamin. And I also should have used my laboratory earlier with my fettuccine factory, but let's see what I get. And I get the harvester. And then I want to discard the architecture firm to build the drone, which costs a metal and an energy, but this should be pretty handy. I can gain an extra worker with the value equal to the build cost of a card I discard, which allows me to do some fun stuff like this, where I could discard the vending machine to get myself a 1 worker and put it in research to essentially just draw a new card, and I get the laboratory. All right, let's see what the machine's doing. So they are grabbing card number 3, so adding that to their little special area. Then as far as what they're scoring for, purple they are not, blue they are, yellow they are sabotaged, and red they are not, so 1 point. So I'm going to grab the Mega Factory, mainly because I already have one, and that'll allow me to get the discount with my corporation. Now let's see what my workers are up to. Hopefully I get a double and a 3. I got pretty close, so I can definitely work with this. So I can use the 2 6s over here to get the fettuccine factory all fired up. That will of course get me a good plus a vitamin, plus I get to roll an extra worker, which I get in 1. Okay. Then I will use a vitamin over here on this 2, changing it to a 3. And that will of course fire up the cannery, getting myself another good and a vitamin. And I should have did this earlier, but laboratory would go off when I gained a good, getting myself an extra card, which is the recycling plant. So then I'm going to activate the drone by discarding the Mega Factory. That will get myself a 5 value dice, which I will put in the mine to get myself a metal. And then I will spend a vitamin to change this 1 to a 2, put the 2 in generate to get myself 2 energy. With that, I should be able to build the Mega Factory because I can place that down there towards the end. It costs 3 metal and 2 energy, but I discard the 1 card for building it and the extra card to get 2 discount. So I will only pay 2 energy and 1 metal, which is exactly what I have. And the Mega Factory has been built. I think I will just use this last one up here in research. Actually, you know what? Instead, I was gonna just draw some more cards, but I'm gonna use a vitamin on it, place it as a 2, and down here to generate 3 energy. Back to the machine's turn. What are they doing? They are grabbing card number 2, of course, adding on to this utility area. Then as far as what they're scoring for, purple they are, blue they are, yellow they are, red they are, so 4 points. Okay, I'm gonna use, I'm gonna grab the golem actually out of the market so I can maybe build the harvester to get a way to get materials and whatnot. So then let's see what my workers are up to. Okay, I can definitely work with that. So I will start out by, of course, using, well, actually, not of course. I was gonna do the whole activate the fettuccine factory, but now I got the mega factory over here, which I kind of forgot about, and this is a pretty good roll for that. So I will use the vitamin to change the 6 to a 5 and put all 3 5s over there to get that fired up. That will generate 2 goods, and I can gain an extra worker of any value, which is pretty nice. I also get to activate the laboratory for generating a good, so I get the gymnasium. And then I will just make this extra worker I got from the mega factory a 2, so I can place both 2s on here and get the fettuccine factory going. That will of course generate me another good there. I will get a vitamin and then an extra worker I get to roll up, which is a 2. Okay, that works out really well because I can do this cool maneuver. I can change the 2 to a 3 with the vitamin, activate the cannery. That will of course generate me a good and a vitamin, but we are not done yet. I have not activated the drone this round, which I will do by discarding the laboratory, getting myself a 5 value worker, which I will put down in the mine, giving myself a metal. And then with that, I have enough to build the harvester. So I will do that with 1 metal and 2 energy. And also with this round, I have officially triggered the end of the game. So next round will be the last round. I probably should have tried to sabotage the machine after that last round, but let's see what they are doing this time. So grabbing their first monument, okay. And then as far as what they're actually scoring for, purple, they are not, blue, they are not, yellow, they are not, and red, they are not. So no points, a lot better than last round. Since this is the final round, I mean, I'd love to try to sabotage, but that would involve me having to wipe the market and then hope that a saboteur appears in the pink spot, which can happen. The last game I got pretty lucky with some saboteurs, but I think the better play is I discard the gymnasium to hire the mentor to get myself 3 vitamins. I already have 1, but especially because this is the final round, I would like to have some flexibility to fire up kind of anything I need to. So let's see what my workers gonna be doing this little final round. Okay, this is really good actually. A 1, 2 2s, and a 4 means I can spend 1 of my vitamins to change this 1 to a 2, put all the 2s in the mega factory, and that will of course get that fired up with 2 goods over here. I get an extra worker of any value. I'll just place a dice there so I remember to use that here in a second. And I generated some goods so I can activate the laboratory to draw a card, and I get the megalith. So I'll use my extra worker to make it into a 4, place both of the 4s in the fettuccine factory to get myself a good and then another vitamin, and then I can roll up an extra worker, which I get a 6. Not ideal, but luckily I have a lot of vitamins to do whatever with, so I will use 3 of those to change the 6 to a 3, put it in the cannery, and that will of course do the cannery things of generating me another good and another vitamin. Unfortunately, I don't think I can use the drone with this card I drew, so I think that's about it. All right, let's see what the machine is going to do their final turn. I'm a little worried, but they are grabbing the card number 3. And then as far as what they're scoring for, purple, they are, blue, they are not, yellow, they are, red, they are not. So 2 points. All right, that was it for the final round. Let's go ahead and do the final scoring. Starting with stuff in my compound, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the buildings, and then adding my goods, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. 22, I'm not feeling super confident in that, but let's see what they got. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 5. So 25, they beat me by 3 points. That was really close. I think if they wouldn't have had that one round where they got, 4 points in a round, I may have been a little bit better off. But unfortunately, that is a loss for the Deep Blue Corporation. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'll be back next week attempting the next corporation, so subscribe if you want to catch that. If you want to see one of my recent videos, click up there in the top right corner of the screen.